New segment time. Your comment. Bless you. We have all kinds of comment. All right. What is the Bortle scale video? Rick's commented, keep up the great work. Excellent video. Very informative. Thank you. Thank you. I think they subscribed as well.
Wait, what did you call the video?
What is the Bortle scale?
Oh, I thought you were going to do how bright is darkness.
Oh. I was wondering. I mean, I could still technically I mean, it's already gained us a subscriber. So.
Because you should test the theory. Because remember I was telling you about Veritasium, how I made a video about how using just unfamiliar words
right, yeah.
can sometimes ruin a video's quality because people won't click on it. I mean, only the people who are really curious to know what the Bortle scale is will click on it.
Absolutely.
But other people will just be like, "What?" It's the video. It's the videos that they understand what it's saying, but are just kind of like out there, like, "What?" I want to know more about this. It's intriguing.
Yeah.
Because they understand what it's about.
Yeah. So I'm just looking for comments here. No, but you're absolutely right. JWST updates. That video. Comments. Yes. JWST updates. TGIF Talks 84. It makes perfect sense, okay? Sheesh. It will approach within 9.86 solar radii from the center of the sun. This is Fumbleruski. This guy's making fun of you.
What?
He's giving you crap about the scale.
Me?
Yes.
What did he say?
So remember when we talked about that scale with the sun that didn't make any sense?
Yeah.
Well, this guy's like, it makes perfect sense. Sheesh. It will approach within 9.86 solar radii from the center of the sun.
It will approach within 9.6 solar radii. So it's really far away.
Again, this is between you two. I don't care anymore. I'm with you on this, but I don't care.
Hold up. No, think this through, right?
I did.
It's 10 times further, roughly, than the surface. Let me just put that in perspective. How many solar radii is the Earth from the sun? Maybe that's the part I'm missing.
A lot.
How many solar? What?
A lot.
No, but that's the ratio that they probably picked when they compared it to like a football field.
Possibly.
I'm saying that's the ratio.
Again, I don't know. That's between you two. What am I? There's the issue. That's why. Okay, on to the gaming channel now. Oh my god, there's a lot of comments on this.
Wait, oh no, but weren't they original question though? Wasn't it they saying it's like 4 yards?
I don't remember how many yards it was, but yes, they were saying it was so many yards from the end line, from the goal line.
Yeah, but that's the part I want to know though.
Oh, that one didn't have any comments.
Wait, well, read me the comment.
I did. It's gone now.
Oh, wait.
I'm doing other stuff.
Oh, so he didn't say. So he was talking about both of us, though. Did he say my name?
Well, I assumed it was about you because you were the one that said it didn't make any sense originally.
Yeah, but you
And most
agreed.
people, yes, but most people leave a comment the second they hear something that pisses them off. They don't wait to hear the rest of the argument. I mean, maybe this guy did, and maybe now he's also at me. I don't know. I can't read the guy's mind. Anyways, how to build a bone meal farm, Minecraft Let's Play something. Anyways, Team Danzier commented, just make a mob farm with auto kills, a lot of skeletons, and use bones from them. I said, that requires lighting stuff up and more crafting. Team Danzier commented,
211.
Okay. That's...
What is my computer doing?
Anyways, I commented, but it takes forever to get it to work. Team Denzier, follow the tutorial on YouTube. Those are not that hard. I built one with ease last summer. It's like, I know how. I just don't need the drops right now, other than the bones, and there are better ways to get them. True, a bone meal farm, if I can get it to work eventually. It's giving me a headache right now. It's pissing me off. Anyways, a bone meal farm, once I get it to work, will be much more efficient than any mob farm. But I digress.
What part of the video? What section did you call it?
JWST updates. So it was part 1.
I was gonna rewatch it when I get the chance.
Rusty Gaming. Nice village. Thank you. Oh, this is Changing Farms. Bedrock Let's Play number 9. Rusty Gaming commented, nice village. Thank you. Lamar David commented, Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year, Lamar. This is the first, this will be the first video in the new year. Isn't that exciting? On this channel, anyways. The gaming channel is already going to be 2 videos in. But this is the first video of the new year. Very exciting. Very, very exciting. Anyways, I think there's one more video left with some comments.
Wait, was it the 84?
Yes, it was the last podcast. It's pink with the James Webb Space Telescope for the thumbnail.
Yeah. I was gonna rewatch. Well, no, when I get the chance, the statement.
Right.
But I think I understand it now. The piece because I was trying to figure out what was the confusing part.
Anyways, farm rearrangement, Minecraft Let's Play 77. Remember, kids, these comments really aren't fulfilled. They're for you. I do this for you guys. Anyways, Ryan Orange commented, it's Smowed. Smowed.
Mowed.
He's trying to spell snowed. You forgot the N.
Smowed.
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 Yep.
It's a video on YouTube. Type it in.
It's Smowed. Is it really?
Yeah.
I'm in the comments. I can't do that. Okay. Carlos.
It shows 2 robbers.
What?
In the thumbnail. Type it in.
I'm in the comments. I can't. Give me a moment. Carlos Primetime commented, don't call yourself an idiot. I didn't even know bamboo was in the game. Yeah, so I was using bamboo as my bone meal farm. Well, bamboo cannot be converted into bone meal, unfortunately. I thought it could. It can't. So I had to change it up. Anyways, Carlos Primetime also commented, also the pink headphones are fire. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. So much, Dr. Sheep. I just started playing again last week after 5+ years. I am a noob. Details. Details, Carlos. I better reply. Ah, details. Anyways, okay, all right, all right, all right. It's Smaud. I will look it up because Ryan Orange is a dummy. I can't spell. Did you just look up Smaud or it's Smaud?
Smowed. Smowed.
Oh, so you didn't hit the IT. Okay. What the heck? It's a song.
That's what I told you.
I'm not listening to that.
Why?
Well, because A, we're on air, and B, I have no idea what's going to be in it.
I think it'd be a good video. A must see, in my opinion.
Oh my god, there's all kinds of stuff that's popping up with this. I am in a dark part of YouTube. Okay. Oh boy, that's enough of that. That led to a dark part of YouTube I don't ever want to see again. So yeah, future of the channel. So, what's I gonna say? I've been thinking a lot lately. No comments? Hello?
What?
Well, I said I've been thinking a lot lately about the channel. It all kind of came when I was working on. I finished the New Moon script, and I recorded all the stuff that's done here in my room. So I guess we do just need to do that model. I don't know what my deal was. Maybe I just lost inspiration for the video or motivation. I'm not really sure. But the video is much shorter than I was anticipating.
Really?
Maybe I'm forgetting crap I was supposed to put in there. I really don't remember, but it's much.
So you went through the script and it's like really short?
Yeah. I mean, but like, really, what else is there? You just kind of explain that you can't look through the Earth. The moon is on the other side of the Earth. Why can you see a moon during the day? Because half the surface is still lit, and the moon's rising and setting time is offset from that of the sun during the mid times
I did
of
some
its
really
phases.
cool calculations. What was it? So, a friend of mine asked me, why can you see the moon during the day?
Yeah, I
And
got a whole paragraph on it.
What?
I have a whole paragraph.
And I wanted to give him the most simplest explanation possible. And so I started thinking about this, right? And the conclusion I came up with was, make sure I get the numbers right.
Are you coming up with the simplest explanation because it'd be interesting to come up with a simple explanation? Or are you coming up with a simple explanation because he's dumb?
Wait, what was the first one? No,
because it'd be interesting? Or is he
Because
dumb?
it would be interesting.
Okay.
Because
I didn't think you had any dumb friends, but I was curious.
No.
Besides Will.
I was like, what is the most simplest, intuitive way to understand why the... And...
Hello?
The moon's... What?
Oh, I keep thinking you're cutting out, but you're thinking. Okay, go on.
I'm thinking... I had a reason. I came up with an explanation, and then I thought I wrote part of it down. My notes. And so I was trying to find it.
Personally.
Maybe there's something else. But the idea that I was coming around was that the orbit of the moon is... It takes an extra 40 minutes for it to reach the same point. That's what it is. So as the the moon is orbiting around the Earth at the same time that the Earth is orbiting around the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in order for the moon to reach the same point in the sky that it was the previous day, that it was a month before. No, I'm sorry.
The day before.
Yeah. So the moon is orbiting around the Earth about 1,000 kilometers a second, or 1,000 kilometers a second, or something like that. But as the Earth orbits the sun, the moon needs to catch up to reach that same point in the sky.
Right.
In order for the moon to reach that same point in the sky, it takes an extra 40 minutes. Okay. Which means the moon lags behind the time of day by 40 minutes. Which means each day
it lags
the moon
more
is going to rise 40 minutes later. And so as a result, its phase will slowly start to change as a result due to its angle in the due to the angle of light from
This is the simplest
sun.
explanation?
Well, I'm trying to think it as I'm saying it.
Okay.
This is not the simplest explanation.
Because this is more complicated.
It was something to go along with the idea that in order for the moon to catch up with the orbit of the Earth around the sun, it takes an extra 40 minutes.
That is the simplest explanation. That's all you need. That's all you really need to say. Is just say the moon lags behind 40 minutes, and so every single day, it gets 40 minutes further behind.
But the thing is that why does it lag behind? It lags behind because the Earth is orbiting the sun.
But that's not the simplest but yes. But honestly, in that explanation, you don't need it. That's more of a follow-up question somebody might have. It's not necessary to answer the actual question, why is the moon visible during the day? You just say, it lags behind.
I guess, what is your... do you have a...
well, I didn't know that it was 40 minutes exact. Had I known, I would have said that.
It's not exact. It varies.
Right.
Because the moon, the Earth's orbit around the sun is not a circle. It varies. Mm-hmm. It's somewhat of an elliptical path.
It's an ellipse.
And so it speeds up, it slows down, and so it can vary as much as an hour. I think an average is around 53 minutes. I think that's the average. I think that's the actual number. The other cool thing I did was I found that the average... Do you know how much the average illumination of the moon changes day to day?
No. Is this a percentage point?
Yeah. How much brighter does the moon get on the average given day?
Oh, I'm actually excited for this because I saw the moon today, and it was like very thin wire. It's about... I wouldn't say it's the latest you could see it. I'm pretty sure I could see it yesterday, but it was just really close to the horizon. But yes.
It's about 2%.
I guess you could just divide 100 by
30.
The amount? No, 15.
15, yeah.
And get your answer.
There's 15 days. Mm-hmm. 100 divided by 15. Oh, that's 6. Oh, was it 6? I thought it was 2.
Mathematically, 6 would make sense. Because you're going from new moon to full. Going full moon to new moon.
That's 100% in 15 days. Or maybe it is 7. Oh, maybe it's the minimum is 2. I just know around...
I could see the minimum being 2 because you really can't tell.
I also graphed it. Yeah, I think the min is 2. And the max is like 10.
Yeah, because there's like no way you're going to be able to tell the difference between a full moon and a slightly less full moon the day before.
Yeah. I think the minimum is 2. But it averages 7, and the max is 10. 11.
Which I bet that 10 to 11% is like from today
During the
to
quarter.
tomorrow.
It's, I think, during the quarter phase.
Oh, yes, that would make sense. Yes,
like you
halfway.
go from like 45% to like 54.
Yes, that makes sense.
55.
Yes, that actually makes more sense than what I was suggesting. Yep.
It actually makes a really cool graph when you graph it.
Well, shouldn't it be kind of like could be like a semicircle almost?
What? No, well, no. I
Wouldn't it be
graphed
more of like
the
this?
percentage. I graphed the percentage over time.
Yeah.
And
Wouldn't
so
it kind of
makes,
look like this? Oh, sorry.
Like what?
Kind of look like this.
Yeah, and then come up.
Oh, does it? So it's kind of comes up like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because I graphed the full cycle.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it makes probably makes a close to a sine wave then.
It makes a sign, except the second peak is not as high. I had to show you sometime.
Well, that's how. Did you see Vertasium's video on analog computers? The first one. I don't know if he's uploaded the second one.
The first one.
He's making 2 videos on analog computers.
He has a second video?
Well, if you've watched the first one, you know there's going to be a second one.
I know he has a second part. I didn't know if it came out yet.
I have no idea. I was asking you if you'd seen it.
I haven't watched YouTube in like 2 weeks.
True. Anyway, I have no idea when the video came out. But anyways, the analog computer, I mean, they had to track the moon for tides. And so, obviously, that doesn't... Brightness and distance to the Earth does not... It's not going to do... It's not the same thing, but it makes a sine wave. Both ways.
Kinda, yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, obviously the brightness thing, there's probably different factors, and so for an analog computer to graph those, you would make 2 different sine waves and add them together. Which is what they do for tides, to determine what the tide is going to be every single day. But it's like 15 different sine waves they have to add together.
Yeah.
Anyways, I thought that was really cool. Analog computers are actually really cool. They are ridiculously complicated, but they're cool. So, there's that. Anyways, future of the channel. I was thinking about it a lot. And I need to finish this round of videos that I've got scheduled. I'm actually not out of ideas, but I'm at the end of a number of videos I have planned. And so I need to start planning new videos. Actually, there's a video I need to throw into the calendar that's going to push some other videos further back, but that's okay. I need to start putting more effort into them. Because it was like, I did the Bortle video, and when I finished it, I was like, I feel like there was supposed to be more to it. Like, it's already a very comprehensive video on the Bortle scale. It's good in that sense. But I'm like, it needed something else. It just wasn't quite there. I mean, you haven't watched it yet, but when you do, you could probably get the same thing. Like, it's good. It's a good video. It's just not quite there. And I need to figure out what... And I just need to spend more time writing and working on a video. Because right now, I've just been, like, going through the motions.
So, in the video, we were arguing... So, it was... The probe will be 3.9 million miles of the surface of the sun. And this is equivalent to the probe seen on the 4-yard line of a football field, with the sun being in zone. We were arguing what the scale was. Right. The scale is the Earth being 100 yards away.
Is that what it is? Is that what you determined it to be?
That's what the math works out to be.
That makes more sense now.
It makes sense now, but see, the article didn't specify.
They did not.
That's why it was confusing, because the article did not specify what the scale was. They did not specify how big a yard was. I mean, yeah, sure. I guess when you think about it, the Earth should be a football yard away. But I mean, you could have just as easily put the Earth at the 50. I mean, yeah, I get that that wouldn't make intuitive sense. It makes most intuitive sense to put the Earth a football field away. But I mean, from my perspective, they never specified what the skill is, and they left it up to interpretation.
Absolutely, you're absolutely
And
right.
so that's shame on them. They should have specified that with the Earth at one end and the Sun at the other end of the end zone, the probe is at the 4 yard line.
They are
Because
very bad at
because
writing.
basically like I said, it's a little over 200. The Earth to the Sun is a little over 200 Earth radii, which means that it's basically double the distance. Double the yardage or whatever, and that's your radii. So it's a little over 8 radii.
Right.
Because would you say because he said in the video the actual distance is 9.86. So I bet if 211 divided by 100, multiply that by 4, I guess you get 8.44. He said 9.86 solar radii. What is the distance? Parker Space Probe? $300 million miles. 3 point.
Anyways, it was like 9 million miles from the sun, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
This is the closest it's gonna get. I guess before they throw it in and try to burn it up. Which I think is what they plan to do. I'm not sure. Personally, I think they should have put it in orbit around the sun. But that's just me, because I think it's going to have unlimited power. You just want to have unlimited fuel. But anyways, do you want me to move to the next segment, or are you still stuck on this?
Hang on. Divide by 432.
Still doing math, ladies and gentlemen.
90.
It's a lot of work.
8.8. So it's 8.8. Yeah. So it is right. I don't know how he got 9.8, but so if you take the Parker Space Probe is 3.83 million miles, right? Divide that by the radius of the sun, and you get 8.8 Earth radii, or solar radii. The Parker Space, and then if you compare that to a scale of 211 miles for a yard or whatever.
Yeah.
2.11. Multiply that by 4 yard line. It's 8.44. So it's a little off, but it makes sense though to put the Earth at 100 yards away.
Yeah.
The only thing is that unless he got 9.86 by using 120 yards, like end zone to end zone.
Well, are you talking about the comment or the article?
The comment.
He was saying the center of the sun. The article was referring to the edge of the sun, the surface.
But here's the deal.
That would throw it off by 1 radii, which is pretty much what you're off by.
That is true.
There you go.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you're off by 1 radii, pretty much. Which is why it's throwing your whole graph off by 10 yards.
I know. What did they say in the article?
They just say end zone. They're not very specific.
The orbit will be...
And they just say sun. Like we said, it's a very crappy article.
The sun being the end zone.
Whatever the hell that means.
So I guess it's left up to interpretation. You put. See, here's the other problem I had though with distance to the sun. The distance to the sun, whether you measure Earth to the edge or Earth to the center, the difference is negligible.
Right. But if we're talking Parker Space Probe.
When you talk about solar radii, yes, you have to add on another solar radii. But in terms of sheer distances, in terms of miles, the distances are negligible. Because I was curious about this one time in my physics class or whatever, and apparently there's an old joke about this, where two guys are they're walking down. So there's an engineer and a physicist, right? And so the engineer is the guy who wants to get everything right and perfect and exact.
The physicist, right?
And he wants to limit assumptions. The physicist, he wants to make all the assumptions in the world.
No, should it be the other way around?
No.
Because engineers round pi to 3.
No, but physicists also use spherical cows to approximate everything.
That is true.
Okay, because engineers have to be very precise when I think they use 3 pi just for like back of the envelope calculations. But when they're designing bridges or things that they don't want to crash down, they want exact numbers.
I don't know, because the joke on the internet is always that engineers approximate because they can't be bothered to go that precise. That's when people are like, "Oh, you built this bridge," and they're like, "Yeah, I built the bridge."
I'll have to look into that because it makes sense. Because to me, from the physicist perspective, it makes sense the other way. Because
it makes sense both ways, depending.
We make so many assumptions. We assume the Earth has no atmosphere. It's an infinite flat plane, and every object that interacts with the surface is spherical.
Yep.
Spherical bodies. Anyways, a physicist and an engineer are walking down a corridor, and there's a beautiful girl at the end of the hallway or whatever, and basically they're told that as soon as I'm going to ruin the joke now.
We need to get to the fourth segment. We're at an hour 43 minutes. If we're trucking along here for the longest podcast yet, this is the longest third segment yet. I'm going to point that out. But go on.
So as they're walking along this corridor, there's a beautiful lady at the end, and the engineer starts thinking that as he's walking, he's having the distance between him and the girl, and he'll never actually ever reach her. Meanwhile, the physicist, how is it?
Do you want to just wait? Just do it after the podcast?
I got to rethink it. The point of the matter is that the difference between the Earth and the Sun makes no difference.
Right.
What you use in your calculation. Because most calculations, you're only going down to 2 or 3 decimal places.
Right.
The difference that adding the radius of the sun would make doesn't even affect the rounding to the second decimal place.
Right.
You can't even round the number to the next decimal
place,
adding the new distance. And so it makes no difference. However,
measuring the distance to the Parker Solar Probe, it does.
No. However, when you're talking about solar radii, when you're talking about the edge versus another radii, then yes. However, the difference in miles makes no difference. However, it makes a difference if you're talking about adding an extra solar radii. Right. Because you're talking about the edge or another radius.
I mean, it's still, distance to Earth, no difference in miles. Parker Space Probe, it does make a difference in miles still.
Yeah.
Because you're so much closer. Because we're
So
talking.
if you set if it's end zone, so if you set the Earth at the edge of, not the the edge of between the field and the end zone, and the
Right.
sun at the edge, because you don't want to include the end. The end zone is not included in the calculation I did. It's just 100 yards between the edges. Then it's 8.8 radii. However, if you put the sun at well, no.
Dude, we need to get to the next segment, and we discussed this last week, and we killed it last week, and now it's taken up even more time this week. Of you just going, wait, no, wait, no.
Because I'm thinking, because if you have the edge, because you'd still have to add an extra radius, but now you're over 100 yards. All right, just go on. I'll have to think about it some more.
Like I said, the article is broken. It doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure the article was doing the edge, not the center, but the commenter was doing the center, not the edge.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
But I'm trying to figure out how this math could work for my scale, and that's the part that's confusing me.
It's not going to work for your scale because he used a different scale.
I know.
Anyways,